Welcome to Why Stick. You walk into an empty room and turn off the television. For a moment, nothing happens. Then the silence arrives, and within seconds you're reaching for your phone, humming something, anything to fill the space. Strange, isn't it? Silence should be restful. Instead, it feels like something is wrong. But the real answer for why quiet unsettles you is far stranger than simple habit. Your brain isn't reacting to the absence of sound. It's reacting to the absence of information. For most of human history, silence meant one specific thing. Danger had arrived or was about to. Birds stop singing when a predator moves through the brush. Insects go quiet before a larger animal approaches. Your ancestors learned this pattern the hard way, over and over, until it became instinct rather than thought. A noisy forest was a safe forest. A silent one meant something was watching, waiting, or already close enough to matter. This wiring didn't disappear just because you traded the forest for an apartment. Your nervous system still treats sudden quiet as an event worth paying attention to, even when the only predator in the room is an unopened email. The psychiatrist and researcher Stephen Porges developed what's known as polyvagal theory, which describes how your nervous system is constantly, silently scanning the environment for cues of safety or threat, a process he called neuroception. It happens below conscious thought. You don't decide to feel uneasy in a quiet room. Your body simply flags the absence of ambient sound as incomplete data, and incomplete data, to an ancient nervous system, looks a lot like risk. Here's where it gets almost comedic, in the way old software running on new hardware often is. You are not in a forest. You are in a kitchen with good locks and a working smoke alarm. And still, some deep layer of your brain treats the hum of a refrigerator shutting off as information it needs to investigate immediately. Silence does something else too, something less about danger and more about attention. With no external noise competing for space, your own thoughts get louder. Researchers studying rumination, including work led by psychologist Timothy Wilson, found that many people, given the choice to sit quietly with their thoughts for just 50 minutes, preferred to give themselves mild electric shocks rather than sit in silence doing nothing. Read that again. People chose brief pain over unstructured quiet. Your mind, it turns out, is not built for stillness. It's built for input. Take away the noise of the world, and your brain doesn't relax. It starts generating its own noise instead, unfinished worries, replayed conversations, that one embarrassing thing you said in 2016 for no reason at all. There's a reason background noise has become such a strange modern comfort. Coffee shop ambience playlists exist. Rain sound apps exist. An entire industry has been built around manufacturing the exact texture of noise your ancestors would have found in a living, breathing environment, because true silence, the kind with zero variation, almost never occurred in nature. Wind, insects, distant water, these were the background hum of survival. What we now call silence is actually something your ancestors rarely experienced at all, so maybe the discomfort isn't about silence itself. Maybe it's about a very specific, very artificial kind of silence, the sealed, soundproofed, nothing-moving kind that simply didn't exist until humans built walls good enough to create it. Why, then, does a library feel calming while an empty apartment at 2 a.m. feels unbearable? The difference seems to come down to context, not volume. A quiet library is silence with company, other bodies nearby, a shared understanding of safety. An empty apartment at 2 is silence with no witnesses, and your ancient alarm system was never built to distinguish between peaceful solitude and abandonment. To a brain shaped by tribal living, being alone and unheard for long stretches wasn't neutral. It was a signal that something had gone wrong with the group. This is why silence paired with isolation feels heavier than silence paired with company. It's not the decibels. It's the question your nervous system is quietly asking underneath it all. If something happened right now, would anyone know? There's a final layer to this, one that has nothing to do with danger and everything to do with modern attention spans. Silence forces a kind of presence most of us have quietly trained ourselves out of. Notifications, autoplay, infinite scroll, all of it exists specifically to make sure you are never, ever just sitting with nothing. Silence has become almost radical by comparison, an unfamiliar texture in a life engineered around constant stimulation, which means the discomfort you feel in a quiet room might not be your ancestors' alarm system malfunctioning at all. It might be something closer to withdrawal, the mind adjusting to an input it has simply forgotten how to tolerate. None of this means silence is something to fear. It means your reaction to it makes complete sense once you understand what's actually happening underneath. An ancient alarm, tuned for forests and firelight, still quietly scanning a world of drywall and smoke detectors. A modern mind, so used to constant input that stillness itself feels foreign. Both systems doing exactly what they were built to do, just aimed at a world neither one was designed for. So the next time you turn off the television and the quiet creeps in, you'll know what's actually happening. It isn't a flaw. It isn't something broken in you. It's a 100,000-year-old alarm system still faithfully doing its job, and a modern mind relearning a skill it used to have for free, sitting in an empty room, waiting for a sound that was never actually coming, and slowly, if you let it, learning that the silence was safe all along. If you want to keep understanding yourself, subscribe. And if you watched this far, what do you want to understand next?